Okay, so I just want to now just take a very quick overview of each of the four leadership styles. Fortunately, we don't have that luxury of time to go deep into them as we would do in a workshop, but just to give you a feel for each of the styles. So our first style we'll start with today is our blue style, what we call the instructor. Now, the blue style places a priority in carrying out work correctly. Rather than focusing on who does it, it's who will do the work correctly. They tend to provide a step-by-step plan for completing the work to account for, they'll kind of look at any possible things, problems that could occur, and will give you kind of strategies to overcome those in advance. They closely supervise the work and they explain explaining why the work needs to be done. They don't particularly always focus on, for them, it's not important. It just needs to be done. Therefore, this is how we need to do it. And here's the step-by-step plan. But the blue leader makes all the decisions. So if we look at our green style, then what we call the educator. Now, the educator places priority on selling work to people and talking about having it carried out correctly. So the green leader continues to tell people what needs to be done, the why and the how, but also seeks to involve them in that decision-making process. They openly discuss with people the best way to complete a task by asking them open questions. And although the green leader actually does make that final decision, it's more of an agreement with the individual team member. It feels like that the team member's been involved. It feels like they've come to some sort of agreement. So our third style, the encourager, places priority on helping people to work things out for themselves, helping them to think about how to complete a task themselves. They explain what's needed to be achieved, and then they encourage people to work out how to do it. And it's a kind of a shared decision-making process. So the yellow leader tends to be more of a helper and a guide, facilitator, facilitating those ideas, perhaps pointing out points that they've overlooked, and encouraging and giving confidence. So our last style then, red. The red leader, the authorizer, as we call them. They place priority in giving responsibility for decision making to the other person, allowing them to go solo. Just as I kind of said, I give people the kind of the brief, the top level kind of information, when it needs to be done by, make sure they've got the resources and let them go, let them make the decision. So in a way, this kind of style shows that kind of mark of trust, and it's more of a relationship, more of kind of colleague rather than manager, team member type of relationships. Red leaders won't supervise very closely. They'll keep an eye on things, but they won't supervise really closely.